Everyone thought the most powerful AI was locked away in corporate vaults, secure, expensive, and totally off limits. But the game just changed. Google dropped Gemma 4, and it's a massive shift in who builds the future. We're talking intelligence per parameter. It's not just big, it's incredibly smart and efficient for its size. From massive data centers to the phone in your pocket, frontier-level AI is finally open for everyone. It's outperforming models 20 times its size. No more black boxes, no more gatekeepers. With the Apache 2.0 license, the legal roadblocks are gone. You build it, you own it, you sell it. The entire AI community is calling this a huge milestone. The open source movement just got its biggest upgrade yet. The power is in your hands. With the revolution here, what will you build?
All right, welcome back. Today, we are diving into something that is genuinely shaking up the entire world of AI. Google just dropped Gemma 4, and let me tell you, it's a huge shift in who actually gets to build with top-tier AI.
So for the longest time, right, there's been this growing tension in the AI community. You had the most powerful state-of-the-art models, but they were pretty much locked away inside a few giant companies. And that created a real dilemma. Do you go for that massive, closed-off power, or do you stick with the open-source tools that are more accessible but, often not quite as powerful?
And this really breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got proprietary AI. It's super powerful, for sure, but it's expensive and it's basically a black box. You don't know what's going on inside. Then, on the other side, you've got the open source world. It's awesome for accessibility and tinkering, but historically it just hasn't been able to keep up with the raw performance of the big guys. And that's exactly the gap that Gemma 4 is stepping in to fill. Which brings us right into our first section, a new era for AI. Google is basically throwing down the gauntlet here, positioning Gemma 4 as the solution to that big problem we just talked about. This is all about starting a new chapter where that frontier-level AI is open for everybody.
Okay, so what is Gemma 4 really? Well, it's a whole family of Google's most capable open models. But the real magic, the phrase you gotta remember, is intelligence per parameter. Think of parameters like the little knobs and dials an AI uses to think and learn. Usually more knobs means more power, but it also means way more cost and complexity. Gemma's big innovation isn't just being big. It's about being incredibly smart and efficient for its size.
And that leads us right into section 2, meeting the actual Gemma 4 family. Because this isn't just one single model. Nope, it's a whole suite of 4 different versions, and each one is built for a different job. From running in a massive data center all the way down to running on your phone. So let's break down this family, shall we? First up, you have the 31B dense model. Think of this as the heavy hitter, the workhorse from when you need maximum quality or you're doing some serious fine-tuning. Then you've got the 26B Mo. Now, Mo stands for Mixture of Experts, which is a really clever design. It only fires up the parts of the model it needs for a specific task, which makes it unbelievably fast. And finally, you've got the E models, the E4B and E2B. These little guys are built specifically to run on your device for things like vision and audio with practically no lag.
All right, let's zoom in on those bigger models now in section 3. These are the absolute powerhouses. They're designed to bring what the industry calls frontier intelligence. We're talking the absolute bleeding edge of AI directly onto hardware that real developers and researchers can actually get their hands on.
And look, this isn't just some marketing fluff. The proof is right there in the performance. On the Arena AI leaderboard, which is basically the go-to benchmark for these things, the 31B model is ranked number 3 in the world among all open models. And the 26B model is sitting right there at number 6. I mean, that is just seriously impressive.
And this chart, this just visualizes that whole intelligence per parameter idea perfectly. You can see Gemma 4 hitting that top-tier performance while being just a tiny fraction of the size of its competitors. I mean, in some cases, it's outperforming models that are 20 times bigger. The bottom line here is just crystal clear. You get world-class results without needing a giant warehouse full of computers to run it.
But hey, it's not all about giant servers, right? Which brings us to section 4, AI in your pocket. The smaller E models are a completely different beast. They're engineered to bring these powerful AI abilities directly onto your personal devices, running completely offline.
So why is on-device AI such a massive deal? Well, just imagine this. You give your phone a picture or a voice command. Because the Gemma E model is running right there, locally, the whole process happens instantly. You get your answer with almost zero delay, and you don't even need to be connected to the internet.
This is an absolute game changer for building apps that are super fast, super responsive, and totally private.
Okay, so we've met the models, but what can they actually do? Section 5 is where we get into the fun stuff. We're going to unlock the possibilities and see where Gemma 4's real power shines through.
And let me be clear, this is so much more than just a simple chatbot. We are talking about advanced, multi-step reasoning. It can handle what are called agentic workflows, which basically means it can use other tools and APIs to get complex jobs done. It's an incredible offline code generator. It understands images, video, and audio natively. It has a massive context window, so it can process super long documents. And get this, it was trained on over 140 languages right from the get-go.
Now, this next point, this is a huge deal. And not just for developers, but for the entire AI ecosystem. Google listened to the community feedback, and they released Gemma 4 under the Apache 2.0 license. What that means, in simple terms, is that it's a commercially permissive license. It completely removes the legal roadblocks for anyone to build and even sell products using this amazing technology.
And the impact was immediate. You've got the CEO of Hugging Face, which is like the central hub for the entire AI community, calling the release a huge milestone. When you get that kind of endorsement, you know just how significant this really is for the whole open source movement.
So you're probably wondering, how can I get started? Well, that brings us to our final section, joining the Gemmaverse. And maybe the best part about this whole thing is that it isn't just some research paper or a far-off concept. It's a massive, ready-to-go ecosystem that you can use today, right now. Right from day one, Gemma 4 is plugged into all the major tools and platforms that developers already know and love. So whether you use Hugging Face, or you like Alama for running things locally, or you're on NVIDIA's platforms, or even Google's own AI studio, the models are there, they're available to download so you can start building with your favorite tools, like, immediately.
And really, that's the big takeaway here, isn't it? For the very first time, this level of AI intelligence, this efficient, versatile, and commercially friendly power is in the hands of the entire global developer community. And that just leaves us with one final and really exciting question to chew on. With this much power now open to absolutely everyone, what will be built next?